All right. Looks like there's one person in here. We'll wait until a few more people show up, but cheers. Normally, I guess 10 people in here. What's up, y'all? Live from the front porch. We've got a couple of packages to open this evening, but we're just chilling. It's a beautiful night out here, so I figured I'd do it outside. You can probably hear the crickets. My lawn is a mess because my mower is currently broken. Cheers, y'all. Richie from Cape Cod, what's up, man? Dave, Scott, Donnie, Michelle, Adaptive Outdoor Adventures, Melina, Snipe Dog Hunting Club, IZB, LZB, I don't know what that is. What's up, y'all? Good to see you, Faye. So we're just chilling. I just got back from a fun motorcycle trip with a couple of friends. Well, the homie Greg and my great nephew. So that video should be coming out Thursday for you guys. Man, that cricket is loud. Jeff McLaren, cheers. Thank you for the donation. Daniel, no, I'm not camping. I'm on my front porch. Mad Jack 815, cheers. Thank you for the donation all the way from Northern Cali. Appreciate it. The chef, you sent me a message. I might look at it. I might not. I'll be honest with you. I don't check my personal messages very often. I get a lot of them. And I guess it's something I kind of talked about with TJ the night I was out at the Testicle Festival, or when I camped out there that night, is sometimes you feel bad because you'll check those messages and then people will continue to send you messages. And then, like, if you don't check them again, you feel really bad. I feel bad about it, but it's hard to keep up with all of them sometimes. So sorry if I don't look at it, but hope you understand. MJK Adventures, cheers. Appreciate the donation. Gilson Franco, no, it's Spindrift Mango Orange. I've actually never had this before, and it's pretty tasty. It's the first one I've tried, but I figured I'd try some different stuff. Midwest Trekker, yeah. New video comes out Thursday. Gone Quady, new merch idea. I will have a new sticker that will go on sale Thursday when the next video comes out, and I only have 100 of them total. So it's a 4th of July sticker. It's something I came up with pretty quick, but I'll have that. That'll go live Thursday when the video goes live. So if you guys are wanting a different sticker, that one it's like red, white, and blue flag oriented. And we will be running a sale. So stay tuned for that stuff. But yeah, I still got to film like a commercial for that for the beginning of the next video. But like I said, I just got back from a motorcycle trip that was super fun. Check out my Instagram in the video description or in the description on the live here, because I'll be posting some stories for that throughout the week. So if you want like sneak peek stuff off that trip, I'll have that stuff coming out soon. I guess I posted one earlier of us in the truck on the way up there, but Arrow Brewer, yeah, if I could find the cricket. My lawn is incredibly overgrown. I started mowing, it was like last week, and I basically got like 1/8 of it done, and my mower spit the belt, and I have not got it fixed yet. So it is looking really rough out here. Basically over there, I guess the one little part of the lawn you can see with the down branch over there is the only thing I got mowed, and that's already super long. But nope, Pammy, I don't know where the cricket is. There's a mass of grass out here. I have no idea. I'm sorry. He was not doing that. Well, he just stopped. He was not doing that when I walked out, but they're all over. I'm out in the country. You got to understand that. The P.O. box, I think, should be in the video description or in the description of the live. Other than that, the P.O. box is always in the description, Daniel. Drew, maybe, maybe not. We'll see. It doesn't matter to me, really. I mean, I enjoy having a few beers, but I feel good not having them too, so it doesn't really matter. Scooter Hughes, yes, I definitely need a bigger motor. I have it's the 0-turn like tractor style that came with the house. Dang old cricket. They're just not going to shut up, dude. They're all over out here. Julian, the next video will be out Thursday night. Tim's Woodworks, yes. So if you saw that when I cleaned up the old barn, I put a bunch of stuff in the pit. I have burned all that stuff and I have all that ready, but I'm waiting for a neighbor to come by and fill the hole in before I post that video. I want it to be completed. So that has all been burned and done. That thing smoldered for like a week, but it was a pretty big fire. It was pretty good. James, thank you for the donation, James. I appreciate it. Travis, I'll get out there soon, man. Hopefully sometime this summer. I think I might trailer the old chop out and we can go ride around out there. Nooner 13, appreciate it. I'm feeling good. Thank you for the donation, Travis. Appreciate it. Joe Johnson, a front porch swing wouldn't be a bad idea. We picked up this table used, and it came with 4 chairs. And then we bought the little thing that you can see back there. There's 2 chairs that are like wrought iron like this, and they're rockers. And then they're connected with a little table in between. And I had planned to sit over there and do the live, but I don't have anywhere to set the computer at, and I need to be able to see the comments and whatnot. But you guys can probably see our skeletons down there. That's me and my wife sitting on the front porch. Oh, and there's this, and this is metal. But we got a couple of those. I don't remember where we picked those up at, but they're pretty neat. Roland Stoney, do a shot of horseradish. Oh man, y'all, I had no idea. For those of you, I assume most of you guys have watched the last video, but that was the first time that I can remember ever trying horseradish. Like I said in the video, I may have tried it when I was younger, but it was not at all what I expected. Like that stuff hit me like a brick wall, man. I was not expecting it, but a lot of you guys have given me suggestions in the comments on like stuff to mix it with or stuff to try it on. So I will definitely be trying that sooner. I know a lot of you guys have sent in hot sauces and stuff like that. If you want to send me different horseradishes, I'll try that also, because it's something different to try, and I enjoyed it, man. I eaten it on 2 sandwiches since then, but I used a whole lot less, and I just got a good flavor out of it. So I got to try to figure out how to make a prime rib. I've never done that before, so that's on my list of things to do, and try some horseradish on that. But yeah, it was wild. I was not expecting that from that stuff at all. Dale, thank you for the donation, Dale. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Zeb Elson, you're making me a Hot Wheels of my truck. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I look forward to that. That one guy, I have never eaten an oxtail before. Brenda, I have had like shrimp cocktail sauce, I believe, but I didn't know that had horseradish. I mean, what I'm thinking of is like a red kind of, not like watery, but not a super thick sauce. I have had that. It does clear your sinuses. Cynthia, no, I've never had frog balls. I don't know if that's a real thing or if you're just pulling my leg on that one. I have had frog legs before. There's an old catch and cook of frog legs, but that has been quite a while. Hunter, I've not used the fan in the van yet. I mean, other than like sitting in the garage and kind of playing around with it. The last 2 times I was out, it was raining. And then the video that like I said, that comes out, that'll be coming out on Thursday, is a motorcycle video. So we'll see. I need to change the oil in the van before I take it out again this week. The truck is still out of commission. I have not fixed the brakes yet, but I did order new gears for that. So I've got 456 gears waiting to go in the truck. It should be a ripper. I am going to order a new locker. I'm going to get a True Track diff to put in there. And the homie Brock, which you guys should have seen on the videos before, he's going to be the one taking care of all that for me because I don't know how to put gears in, but I'm sure I'll try to film some of that stuff and learn a bit along the way and show you guys that whole stuff. But that's probably still a couple weeks out. So we're going to be stuck with the van for a little while. Although I think I'm going to try to get the bike out a few more times. Like, I've been thoroughly enjoying getting back on the motorcycle, and I need to get the Sportster ready to go. I need to get the exhaust fixed, but that thing cranks right up. It's good to go. So Cole, I've never had cow tongue. Funny story about that. Growing up, we had a freezer in my basement at home, and there was a cow tongue in there, and I don't think it ever got eaten. But that was one of the things, like, as kids, we would always pull that out and mess with it. It's probably a good thing that it was never cooked since we screwed around with it so much. But I've never had that. I'd try it, but I don't know if I'd want to cook that myself. Trenton, I have had bison, and I've had lamb, but it's been long time ago. Micah, I definitely want to take the 110 camping. I was talking to Greg about that. I'd really like to find somewhere that I could just strap a backpack on and, like, backpack and just go out on the 110 and find a place to camp. You can't take those into the state parks or whatever because it's an unlicensed vehicle. Timothy Garman, cheers. Appreciate the donation. But a few miles down that way, one of the neighbors has a fairly nice pond kind of set away from the house. So I don't know. Maybe I need to go knock on some doors because I could definitely ride it there and camp out. But, like, that would be the ideal trip to me, is just to pack my bag and go camp off of that. But I definitely need to find somewhere where I can, put it in the van or in the truck on one of those hitch carriers or something and take that out and go rip around at camp. I think there might be one place in Nebraska where it's legal to do that, maybe two. I'm pretty sure you can do it in the Nebraska National Forest, but I'll have to look into that. Gunner, we do have some solar lights out here, yes. Cynthia, Brussels sprouts, if they're, like, roasted and a little bit crispy on the outside, those are good. They got to be seasoned well, but, like, boiled or steamed or whatever, no. Real Spider, welcome to the Crazy Crew. Thanks for joining. Zeb Ellison, thanks for the donation. Yeah, should have a fun video for you guys Thursday. I'm having a hell of a time trying to edit it because I used if you guys watched the last video, in the beginning shots where the camera, like, kind of tracks me a little bit, I'm using I've had it for a while, a 360 camera, and that's all, like, AI tracking, which I didn't know it did. But I used that on the motorcycle for some of this stuff. So, like, I can spin the camera around and look around, but there's a whole lot more editing that goes into that stuff. So it's taken me a little while to get through the video. I don't know how long it's actually going to be because, man, we rode like 600 miles in 2 days. So we didn't do a whole lot of stopping and talking. We were just out ripping in the mountains. Cabin life with Cam. Cheers. Love the fan idea. Thank you for that. I think no matter what, I'm probably going to add a second one to that setup. And then the horseradish reaction was priceless. Thanks for that. You guys, a lot of you said in that video with the fan that the USB port is only 5 volts and it's a 12-volt fan, or it's designed to run on 12 volts. I don't believe that fan is going to pull a full 12 volts. But I'll have to see. I don't know if I have a multimeter or not. If not, maybe I can pick one up and see what it's actually pulling off of that. See if it's even pulling 5 volts. But we may rewire. When I put two together, we'll splice it and we might wire it into the 12-volt plug just to see if it runs a little bit better. But I do think I'm going to add a second fan. Since we have the room, you might as well get the best airflow that you can. But I'm confident that thing is going to work well. I definitely need to figure out a slightly better way to mount that, but I didn't want to do Velcro because then you have the ugly Velcro there when you pull it off, and then you're pulling the Velcro on and off. So I don't know. It needs to be completely removable and look nice with it not there also. Adaptive Outdoors, a little donation for the lights in the van fund. Cheers. Thank you for that. Yeah, I'm just having a hard time picking out a set of lights. And I don't think it wasn't the last van video, but the one before that, where I was basically stuck inside the van and what did I do? I made the ravioli. I don't know, on my TV or like my computer while I was editing it, you could see that one of the LED lights I had picked up was like flashing because it's like LED lights, I think no matter what, they like flash super quickly or something like that. And the frame rate of the camera was different. So you can see it kind of flashing. That was just a cheap light that I had picked up from Walmart to get a little bit more light in there. But I can't use that to film, obviously, because it looked horrible. But I wasn't going to scrap the whole video just because the light was flickering a bit. But that's another thing you got to think of. I have to think about. I guess if you guys are doing it and you're not filming, it doesn't really matter. But for me, when I'm filming a video, I have to be able to, like, I got to test that stuff out and see how well it's going to work. Thankfully, like the lights in the truck, they don't flicker. But if you remember those lights that are on the bed, in my truck, I have like those two little lights. I haven't turned them on in a long time because I think I hit one of the wires and they're not working anymore. But those flickered. So some LED lights will flicker when you film, it's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. So I got to think about that stuff. Adam Hayes, what size lift do I have on my Chevy? You just had yours level 2 inches. So it's got a 5-inch rough country lift with Bilstein shocks front and rear, and the Bilsteins in the front were the adjustable ones, and those are set at a 1/2 inch of lift. The rear has 3/4 ton leaf springs, so like a 2,500 leaf pack. It's just a 1,500 truck, so it's got a 2,500 leaf pack, and then it's either 1 1/4 inch or 1.5 inch body lift on it. So it's got a decent amount of lift. It really needs new shocks at this point because those have been on for probably 100,000 miles at least. And I have it's got the 5-inch lift, so it's got the 5-inch spacer that sits on top of the shock in the front. So ideally, I'd like to replace that with a full coil, but we'll see. Those are kind of expensive. So Juan Merritt, thank you for the donation. I don't know when I'm going to get back out to California. The last time I was out there was when my brother-in-law lived out there, but they ended up selling that boat and they now live in Arizona. So if you watched, it was last year, like right before I had the heart attack, I was dog sitting at his house, but I don't know when I'll get back out there. Hopefully sometime soon. I keep saying I need to go east. So we might do some more of that this year because I've been out west a couple of times for videos. So Jerry, I have never been to Sturgis for the rally. I've ridden out there. I've ridden all over the Black Hills. I've visited out there numerous times, but I've never gone out there for the rally. So we'll see. I'd like to do that too. Maybe in a couple of years. I don't know. I'd really, really like to get a full-size touring bike since I'm just on a Dyna, better suspension. Man, although I didn't film maybe I did film a little bit of it. We went and checked out some of the new Harleys at the dealerships. Man, I checked out a Road Glide Ultra, full digital dash, all that stuff. But they're like 35 grand, and I'm not spending that on a bike right now, especially because I got to blast down gravel roads just to leave my house. But Adaptive Outdoors, thank you for the donation. I'm inspiring to start your own YouTube channel, and I'm the one having your logo printed on my prosthetic leg. Awesome. I'm excited to see how that turns out. So he sent me a message on, I think it was on Facebook, and it was before my merch even came out, and I sent him a picture of the first sticker, and I guess he's going to have that printed on his prosthetic leg. I'm stoked for that. Yeah, start a channel, man. It's no different than posting pictures on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere else. There's a couple extra steps, but it's just social media, y'all. Brian Woods from the Navy Medic. Try napalm horseradish. Thank you for the donation. Never heard of napalm horseradish. So is that like hot sauce mixed into horseradish? I don't know about that. I mean, I'll try it. I'll pretty much try anything. I don't know if there's not much as far as like food wise that I wouldn't try. Some of the stuff like I probably wouldn't want to cook it myself because I'd want it to be prepared appropriately. Uh, but I'll try pretty much anything. Making magic fishing in the chat, man. I was just thinking about you. I haven't seen you post on Facebook or anything in a long time. Cheers, man. Good to see you doing well. Michelle, yeah, we'll get to catching cooks. That might be what I do for the next camp trip that I get out. So maybe on Sunday. It's supposed to like today it's been in the 80s, but the next probably 10 days I think are all in the 90s. So it's gonna get really warm. I'll definitely have to get out early for the catch and cooks. I guess tomorrow is 88, but I gotta sit here and edit tomorrow. Then 93, 92. Friday it's supposed to storm, so I should probably get out for that. But then 91, yeah, it's gonna be warm. Real Spider, thank you for the donation. Still plans on building a pond? Definitely. That's probably in like a 5-year plan. I don't think that's going to happen super fast. I'd need to rent more machinery, blah, 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 blah. I don't have unlimited funding as much as I wish I did, but we'll definitely get into that. We're absolutely doing it. I don't know how big we're going to be able to do it, but we're absolutely going to put some water out here. I just hope that like my soil's good enough that I don't have to I don't know what the stuff is even called that you use to like seal the soil because that's expensive. But we are absolutely putting water out here. It's just going to take me a little while. Like we've got one room painted, we got a new couch in there, so we still got the rest of the house to paint. Like there's just so much stuff that I need to do, but I'm working on it. Ooh, long bed Sierra too. That's going to be nice. I wish I had an 8-foot bed. Barf 917, never been to Tennessee. Laura, I looked for mushrooms for a while they're in season. I never found any. There was some like growing out of a tree over there that may have been pheasant back, but I didn't pick any of those. 337 bentonite. Yeah, you're right. That's what it is. So we'll see. Ideally, I think I may have mentioned it in the video. I would love for it to be deep enough that I can have fish in there year round. Like, so I think around here, you probably at least need like a 6-foot deep pond. And then we might have to put an aerator or something in it, but it would be super cool to be able to stock some crappie or like some catfish in there and be able to come out here and catch a fish for dinner, or, you know, invite Greg over and have his kids come out and fish or whatever. I absolutely want a pond, and to be able to sit out here and see the water and be super relaxing. So Nick Landry, what's my favorite scary movie? That last one I watched in the last video was really good. But you know, there's a bunch of good ones out there, like The Hills Have Eyes, dang old bugs. The Hills Have Eyes were all good ones. The Saw movies were good. It's hard to think of them off the top of my head. I think it's The Cube. There's like 3 of those maybe, and then I think I've said it on the live before, and I can never remember the name of it. It's on Netflix. It's like these people are thrown into a prison and it's multiple levels, and every month they get moved to a different level, and the food comes down on like a conveyor or like a platform. I think it might be called The Platform. The food comes down on a platform. I guess you would consider that a horror movie. um, Joseph, I can't even remember the Halloween movies, dude. It's been so long since I've seen those, but they were decent. 13 Ghosts was a good one. Jeepers Creepers was good. The Quiet Place is good. Psycho is good, but you know, it doesn't stand up today, I think, to current movies because it's not as bad. Rapala, I have never seen Terrifier movies, but they're on my list. And really it's just because you see that like clown in all sorts of stories and stuff. So I need to watch that. Sinister, I think I've seen that before, but I can't guarantee that one. It's a great one. I liked the remakes. I know a lot of people don't like remakes, but I thought the remakes, It 1 and 2, I thought the remake of that stuff was really good. I should have something out here for the bugs. Pee-wee. Mark Dixon, have I ever been told I look like Clancy Brown? Yes. In multiple comments, people have said that. Drag Me to Hell. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones out there. All right, let's grab a package. We've got 3 packages. I think 2 of these are Amazon, and the last one is in an Amazon box, but that is a personal package. I have a feeling this might be hot sauce. Yes, it is. Enjoy your gift. A new hot sauce for you from Terry Ray. Terry always coming in clutch. You guys hear the airplane? Yeah, there's a bunch of little bugs out here now. I need a ceiling mounted fan or something out here. Although I don't know how well that would work in the weather that we get. Have to be something that's waterproof. Rocky's, the best tasting hot sauce, period. Bacon hot sauce. I feel like I've had a bacon sauce before. And I don't know if it was this or not. But we'll give this a whirl. That definitely would be good on some breakfast. Thank you, Terry. Kim, cheers, Kim. Thank you for the donation. Got some bacon sauce. Pammy, you went out and bought horseradish. If you've never had it before, be careful with it. But Adam, get a Troyer system Purple Mountain Martin housing setup. Never heard of that. Real Spire, you drive your heavy equipment all the way up here from Florida just to dig a hole in the ground. I don't know if that'd be worth it for you. Jeannie Eisen, appreciate it. Thanks for ordering. Barry, my father-in-law is doing good. He is doing good. Larry, we could probably do a live stream cooking video, I guess. Never really, I guess maybe somebody has said that before. Never really thought about it much. I wasn't even sure if I'd be able to do the live outside. And then I remembered although the wall that goes between the house and the garage is not metal siding, but we've got metal siding on the house. So I wasn't sure how the signal would go out, but it's doing just fine. Shannon, where did I learn to build everything? Just try. I don't know. I just try doing stuff. YouTube is obviously a good help for learning things like that, but I can't say that I've ever been educated on building stuff out of wood or anything like that. I just try it. The best way to learn is through failure. So don't be afraid to do that. Trenton, haven't started on the loft yet. I need to get a fan or something out here. The bugs are kind of crazy. Casey, the liquid death sodas are great. I love them. Chip Woods, thank you for the donation. Live stream hot plate cooking with the cast iron pizza. I could cook up some eggs or something right now. I don't really have much to cook. I think I'm going to have a frozen pizza for dinner tonight. I haven't eaten yet. Tim's Woodworks. I could go grab the thermostat. It's in the van. Maybe I'll do that because I need to grab another drink. All right. Hold tight for 5 minutes, guys. I'll be right back. Oh, what I need is a big front porch bug zapper. I could sit out here and watch the bugs get killed. I still have juice in this thing. Yeah, there's a little bit. Larry, I saw that. Actually, Kyle sent me the link to that. So I'm going to have to try to find that. I still haven't got the spicy one. And then there was another one that maybe that's the one they're exclusively selling at Target. I don't know. They're doing a bunch of different flavors, but I have not seen them in the stores. I don't know if this needs replaced yet or not, but we're going to do it anyways. All right, that's rocking. Hopefully that helps. Matt from Japan, man. Cheers. McClure Outdoors, I love the Killer Cola. That's probably my favorite one. That, and I like the green one. Or the Road Graders going by. I think it's just severed lime. Matt Blank, I'm not really limited as far as anything goes. So really, I was just limited for a couple of weeks because they had cut my wrist open or whatever to stick that stent in my heart. So you couldn't do any heavy lifting then, but I'm not limited at all. Liquid Death jalop flavor. I don't know if they'll do that. They might. They did a spicy one. I haven't been able to find the spicy one. All right. Let's grab another one. This one was smushed by the post office or somebody. Hopefully nothing's damaged or fell out. And it's a bunch of food in here. Wonder if this one's from Terry. All right, what do we got? A bunch of boxes of Zatarain's, red beans and rice. See where I can set this stuff up so you guys can see it. Multiple boxes of red beans and rice. Maybe I need to have this for dinner. Let's see, here we go. Yeah, from Terry. Enjoy your gift. Got to have rice with your meals and coffee for your morning. From Terry Ray. Thank you, Terry. Some more Zatarain's. I think this is all rice in here. Red beans and rice. We've got a few of these old El Paso, like microwave rice things. There's 4 of those in here. I think they're all the same. Southwest, 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 Southwest. And then we've got a few of these. Nor Rice Sides Taco Rice. You guys can see that. I think taco, 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 and taco. So we've got a few, 5 or 6 of those in here. Thank you, Terry. I might actually eat some red beans and rice for dinner tonight. If I do it, or no, the one that I made, the jambalaya I made where I put the shrimp in too soon. Different rice, but and then we've got some instant Folgers. Good stuff. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. But I might be eating some of this tonight. Although the wife did pick up a pizza, so that's probably what I should have. Thank you, Terry. Always keeping me fed. I do like some red beans and rice. Yeah, everybody hit the thumbs up if you're out there watching. The Crozers from Maine. Glad you like the stickers. I don't know if you were in earlier, but I said I'll have a new sticker coming out on Thursday's video, and I only have 100 of them. So if you guys want to get one, you're going to have to order quick. Jay, you looked on Amazon and they make hot and extra hot horseradish sauce. I mean, I'll try it. I'll also have to see what I can find. I'm going to start looking for that stuff in the grocery store and trying different ones. So Liquid Death coffee. I mean, I'd try it. They could probably, although it's not water is the thing, like their thing is everything is water. So I don't know how I guess they could make coffee flavored water. But I imagine at some point they'll branch out into different things. We'll see. Skiff, I've got a mango orange spindrift. It's decent. Crozers, we'll probably do tall koozies in the future. Trenton, we'll have t-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that out before the end of the year. We're working on that. But as far as like the sticker that comes out Thursday, it was just a quick one that I put together for the 4th of July stuff. So it's red, white, and blue. And we'll have a sale coming. So stay tuned for that. I'll be announcing that on Thursday's video. Nasal napalm horseradish. Man, I don't know. I mean, I'll try it. Absolutely try it. Josh, what happened to the TV for the van? I just lost the remote and I have not replaced the remote yet. That's the only thing. I've still got it, just haven't replaced the remote. And ideally, I need to get the side cabinet built so I can put a swivel TV mount in instead of every time I'm going somewhere, that thing is just like riding around on my bed or whatever. I need to get that stuff set up better. So maybe we'll do some work on the van since it's going to be hot for the next couple of weeks. Building a side cabinet and doing stuff like that is probably a good idea to get done. I'm slow with that type of stuff. Ain't gonna lie. Trenton, I'll probably do some fireworks this year. I don't know. We'll see. Since I've already got Thursday's video like filmed, we didn't do any fireworks in that, but I might do some. I don't know. Got to blow up something. Larry, I appreciate it. Make sure you tune in on Thursday when the video comes out. Jay, I'll probably buy a little bit. We'll see, but we usually try to go to a fireworks show every year. Like, there's so many around here. There's a place in Omaha called Tactical 88, which is like, it's like a shooting range and they do gun sales and whatever. And they usually put on a really big show. So we go park across the interstate and watch that. Shannon, haven't even looked at a dog yet. It'll happen eventually. Like to get the house stuff done first before I've got a little munchkin thing running around after me. But like I've always said, it's just one of those things that I feel like I'm just going to find one and bring it home. I don't really feel like going shopping for something like that, but we'll see. I told my buddy Greg, I was like, if you gave me a dog for Christmas, my wife couldn't be mad about it. So, but he didn't get me one for Christmas. Byron, in my year of recovery, what was the hardest thing to quit or do? Probably eat healthier on a regular basis. Like, I know a lot of you guys see me in the videos. I don't eat exactly healthy in the videos, but I've said it before, like nobody wants to watch me eat chicken and rice in every video. So eating healthy on a regular basis was probably the hardest part. I'm not exactly the thinnest, most fit guy in the world anymore. I used to be in much, much better shape, but it is what it is. I missed a super chat. Amanda S. Can you see the down tattoo? There we go. So that's off the NOLA album right there, Smoking Jesus. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. I missed that one. I'm a big fan of Down and Pantera, you know, Philip Anselmo stuff. Yeah. Ronnie, I'd like to get, like, I had plans to go to the Van Nationals this year, and I think that is like next week. I don't think I'm going to make it. And then I think Full Tilt Boogie is in like 2 weeks, and I'm not going to make that one either, I don't think. Those are both, well, I think one's in Minnesota and one's in Wisconsin. I don't think I'm going to make them this year. Matt Blank, I don't know about my next tattoo, but probably be getting one fairly soon since they're taking me off the blood thinners. I can do that again. Gary, I've listened to Reverend Horton Heat before. Flams, I've filmed in Wisconsin. I filmed a few videos out there. Adam Hayes, a bloodhound would be good. But I think I said it on maybe on the last live when we talked about this stuff. The hardest part about having a dog when I travel is going to be, like, if I have the dog, I'm probably not going to be able to go into the museums and things like that. And I'm not going to want to just leave the dog in the vehicle, obviously, unless it was running. And that's not always the safest thing to do. So it's going to make that more difficult. So I'd have to plan that stuff. And then there's going to be videos where I don't have the dog with me and it'll be home with my wife. And then I'm going to have to answer a million questions every time. Where's the dog at? Where's the dog at? I guess I'll just have to say it at the beginning of those videos that I don't have the dog with me, but we'll get one. I'm more of a fan of like smaller dogs. My last dog was a Chihuahua. I'd be fine getting another Chihuahua. I don't need anything big. They also cost money to feed and all that type of stuff. The bigger the dog, the more you got to feed it. John Beam, it's same as the outside temperature if the windows are open. I do have that portable air conditioner I used once last year, so we'll probably try to use that a little bit more this year. But it doesn't really bother me too much. You know, when it's super hot and humid, that's the worst, but you just kind of got to work through it. Like, I think it gets to the point where people have so much junk with them and so many things when they go camping that it takes away from the experience. So I've always, I keep saying I need to get one of those like battery powered portable air conditioners, but to a point, you know, that kind of takes away from the adventure of it, you know. And being this is YouTube, I mean, a lot of people just like to see me suffer anyways. So when you have all that kind of stuff, yeah, it's just like I could have just stayed home, I guess. I don't know. I say that until I get one, and then I'm like, well, I should have done this a lot sooner. But yeah, Larry T, less is more for sure. You know, I see some of these guys that have so much stuff with them, and I'm just like, what's that meme with like Billy Bob Thornton? Do you really need all that shit? You know? But being comfortable, there's something said about that too. Yeah, everybody wants to see a dog. Denise, my last Chihuahua didn't get eaten. He went out and camped with us. He was fine. I took him on some adventures and he just wanted to go home. That's another thing. Like, not all dogs are into it either. Michael, we have neighbors like, although I can't see their places anymore with all the trees, but there's neighbors all around us. Probably the closest one is quarter mile, maybe a half mile away, and we're on 4.5 acres. Adam Hayes. Yeah, see, it also kind of depends on the location you're at as far as air conditioning goes. Like if I was in Texas or something, man, you'd have to have it, or you just wouldn't be able to go out in the summers. But around here, like I've mentioned before, you know, it's really only super hot for like 2, maybe 3 months out of the year. You just kind of deal with it, do your thing, you know, or go somewhere where it's cooler. You know, I can't always do that, but yeah, sometimes you just gotta suffer through it. Cook surf and turf. I need to catch fish, and then we could do that. Adaptive outdoors in memory of taco cheese. Cheers, thank you. Taco was a great little puppers. Thank you for the donation. Fortune Quest. Yeah, I mean, it all kind of depends on what you want to see in a video, you know. Uh, but you know, if that's what that YouTuber wants, then that's what they want. Um, you know, to a point, we have to appease our audience, but we're also just people out living our lives. I don't want to spend all of my time doing something that I don't want to do just to get views. You know what I mean? Like the best ones are, you know, if the person enjoys having their dog or their animal or whatever, and they're happy with it, then it, you know, they're happy with the content that they create. Um, I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be forced into doing anything. Like, I'm not just going to go get a dog because a bunch of people want me to have a dog. I do want to get one, but it's not something that I'm going to rush into either. Uh, but yeah, like in this line of work, you definitely have to enjoy what you're doing, or you know, the audience will see it. Like they'll be able to tell that you're just slugging through it just to do it. And you know, I hope I never get that way. But if I do, you know, people get tired of their jobs and things like that. You know, Demolition Ranch, Matt Carricker, he did this for a long time and he decided he was done with it. You know, there's plenty of people that quit. You know, Outdoor Boys, he quit. He was just like, you know, I've had my run, I've had my fun, and it's all good. There's a rabbit on top of my dirt pile standing up on its hind legs looking around. Huh. I don't want to move the camera because I'm connected with a cord and I might knock the cord out and kill the live, but Bruce Arnold, I'd love to get out to Idaho at some point. I've driven through Idaho, but that was on my way to Oregon a long time ago. It was just we just jammed through there. Denise, exactly. It'll come when it's ready. GK Clips, I'm loving the new house, man. I would have never been able to sit outside. I mean, I could have, but I would have never sat outside at my old house and done anything like this. A bunch of traffic and a bunch of dogs barking in the background and screaming kids and all that kind of stuff. So it's nice to just be able to do this here. I'll have to, now that I know that this works well out here and I have like a perfect signal, uh, we might have to try to go out a little bit farther, you know, onto the property and do that. I do have the Starlink, but I'm only doing the 50 gig a month plan, and I don't think that'd be enough to stream with. Jake, cheers, Jakes. Thanks for the donation. We will get chickens at some point. Got to build a chicken coop. Like those are all in plans. I feel like YouTube kind of spoils it for some people where they just see things happen progressing so quickly on some people's channels, and I don't know if it's because you know they got an unlimited supply of money or whatever, or maybe their channel just turns into a homestead channel or whatever. But I've got other things to do, uh, so all of these things will happen in due time. You know, it's not going to happen overnight, but we're working at it. Slow and steady wins the race. Glendon Jones, thanks for the donation. If I get tired of this, I can start an alpaca ranch. We'd be out here trimming alpacas. We do have enough property. We could have a couple of animals, but then that's the thing is, if I went and got a bunch of animals and had them out here, my wife is definitely not going to want to take care of farm animals. And then, you know, I can't be gone camping all the time because the animals need fed. The pens need cleaned out, you know, all that type of stuff. So you got to think of all that. I don't like to get my stuff. I don't like to rush into things. And then all of a sudden you're stuck into doing something that you didn't think it through. Erica, I appreciate it. Your future is going to be great. Think positive. Dan Might, it took me 1 year to get monetized. And that was literally like the anniversary was like 3 or 4 days ago. So I've been monetized for 5 years. No strategy other than just upload as often as I could. And when I started, it was all just fishing videos. And so I was able to put videos out, I think, typically every 3 days. So I was doing it a little bit quicker, but I could go out and film 3 fishing videos in 1 day. You know, with the content now where it's, you know, 99% camping, I'm gone for, you know, 24 hours at least to film 1 video. So it goes a little slower. I'd love to put out more videos. But with me doing all the editing and everything myself, and no, I don't want an editor. It just takes more time. But yeah, if you're going to do it, just do what you enjoy. Follow the analytics that YouTube gives you, because they give you a lot of analytics on what's doing well or whatever. And upload as often as you can. MJM2, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. I think there was another one that popped through. Dang old Lon Bowers, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Can't wait to see what you do with your horseradish and in your I love horseradish. We will definitely be eating more horseradish. I'll use some of your guys' suggestions from the last video and try it on different things. But we're definitely going to try different stuff. Chip Woods, thank you for the donation. Need a t-shirt to go with your hat. Like I said, we'll have shirts and stuff out sometime before the end of the year. So within the next few months, we're working on that. I'd like to get some better designs for that stuff other than something that just says Crazy Quady on it. Although we'll probably do some simple stuff like that also. But I'd like some actual artwork and stuff like that. I might get a hold of the guy that did the artwork on this t-shirt. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but it's good artwork. And this same guy, I guess, has been doing his shirts for years. So we'll see. Brian, it was like a month ago or so I went fishing. Yeah, it's been a while, but we'll get some more fishing in. Croziers, I'll get out to Maine eventually. It'll, you know, I'd like to go to every state at some point. It just takes a while. Smoke them. How fast do I normally drive the van on the highway? As fast as the speed limit, typically. Like, you know, around here it's 65, so 65 to 70. It doesn't like to pull hills, but it'll go 70 no problem on flat ground. The Olive Boys, I appreciate it. Thanks for buying a sticker. Denise, are the hats big? I don't know. They're just normal hats. I think they're like a medium large considered hat. Doesn't say on here. So Richardson, yeah, Richardson 115 medium large. Dan, I could ask my brother to do something like that. I don't know if that's, I mean, it would definitely be a different design considering his style of art, but I definitely could. Matt, visit Lake Lurleen in Alabama. We'll have to look that up. Coker, Alabama. Says it's temporarily closed. Lurleen Lake State Park is temporarily closed. If that's wrong, suggest an edit. It looks like a nice place. Whole lots of trees. But I'll mark that on maps. Adaptive outdoors. 2 raccoons in the canoe would be an awesome one, or put them in the van. We could definitely maybe try something that. Thanks for the donation. There's a company that I'm following on Instagram that does really cool, like cartoonish style artwork. So we're going to be using one of them. We'll be using them to make a sticker. I can never remember the name of their company, but I gotta message them and get that done. Date followed latest. Never Auto Nation illustration. They make really cool designs like that. It's a Bronco. Or like there's another Bronco. So I'm gonna shoot them a message. There's another Bronco. But I think that of the van and the truck would be a cool one. Like there's another one. Lots of Broncos. But they make pretty cool stuff. Oop, I'm missing one. Shannon Crook, come to Canada. Maybe one of these days. Thank you for the donation. All right. Why don't we get into this last package here? Oh, this one, I should have brought a knife out here. I guess I can just open it up. It's an Amazon box, but this one is from Victoria Trombley out of Las Vegas. I feel like Victoria sent some things in before. I don't have a knife on me. Let me go and get a knife. I'll be right back. What if he never comes back? Just leave you guys hanging. I think I think YouTube will only let you live stream for like 12 hours or something like that. So it would eventually shut off. Lon, hey, appreciate it. Thank you to the new members. Tim, M. Conrad, Where's Piers TV, Adam Hayes, and Barbara. Jesse, thanks for the donation. You need some raccoon decorations out on that porch. Keep the videos coming. Raccoon canoe for life. We should definitely do a raccoon canoe, or maybe put that in like a sticker with the truck or something like that. Nick's Weather, thanks for the donation. Appreciate it. All right. One last package, y'all. What is that? Hey, Quady, I hope you and Lady Quady are doing well. I found some things that may be useful in your travels. I hope you enjoy them. Thank you for all your videos. We enjoy every one you put out. Victoria. Victoria with a K. All right. Got a few things to go through in here, y'all. For those of you guys that are members in the audience out there, I think I should put out, like, I've got, for this next video, I keep telling myself I'm going to put out, like, uncut videos just for the members, because a lot of times the videos are, like, before I start cutting them down, they're, like, 2 hours long. We'll see. It's just a lot of extra saving and hard drive space, but I might do some stuff like that. Get you guys some extra content. All right, what do we got in here? Casa Martinez Gourmet Diablo Salsa. That looks tasty. It says it's hot. Authentic Mexican salsa. Oh, it's as close as I can get. Can you guys see that? We got some spicy salsa. Oh, I think I know what that is. Zach's Mighty Rolled Tortilla Chips, fiery nacho flavor. Oop. Got some chippies. Yay, chippies! We've got one of these swatters. I have received a couple of these. I think I had one in the truck for a while and I never used the dang thing. If I remember right, on the last video, that last live stream that I got one of these, I need to just put this in the van or something immediately. See if I can turn this on. Yep. It's not a bug. It got me though. I need to just put this in the van. I guess we can. How do we do this? Can we just sit it out here? Although that thing is keeping all the bugs away now. But I think this will just stay on if we set it here. And if any bugs come around and fly into it, they get zapped. Yeah, I need to bring that with me. I got one I can put into the truck, and I got one that I can put in the van. All right. What is this? We've got a tripod for tablets. This might actually be really nice in the van to mount a tablet, because I always have it just sitting on my cooler. You guys can see that. Shablam. Put it on my tongue again. I'm not putting it on my tongue again. I think I did that the last time I received one in the mail. See if I can figure this guy out. Whoa. Looks like some assembly required. All right, we're going to put this together, guys. If I can. Here's the mount. That should fit my tablet. Spring mount. Move these off the side. Just like bendy. Yeah. Fancy. What is that? Oh, it's like a camera button. It came with, or that was in here, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's like a camera clicker, remote shutter for iOS or Android. My phone's got the pen that's in the bottom that you can use as a remote shutter. Yeah, this will work great for the tablet. Oop. Don't want to lose any of these parts. All right, this clicks into here. Shablam. Shablam, shablam. Or you can use this. Oop. See, I'm going to lose parts if I'm not careful. Almost lost that. Well, I don't know where that set screw goes. Or you can use this one. We'll see which one I need, which works better. And this one's like a ball mount head, so you can just kind of point it wherever you want. You know, I could like maybe permanently mount this in there somewhere. Either way. Imagine this goes like that. Shablam. Uno mas. Oh, it's got like multiple different mounting options, it looks like. So there's another ball head. Like you can use this as just like a regular camera tripod. Metalhead madness. Yeah, there is a possibility, but my doc says I'm all good. All my levels of everything are good, so I feel great. Except I just breathe some of that in, which probably isn't good for you. But I appreciate the donation. Thanks for looking out. So yeah, there's another ball head. And then you've got this one. But I'm just not sure what this like set screw here is for. Oh, it screws into there. Oh, it's like an adjustable style of mount, maybe? I don't know. We'll leave that there so I don't lose it, though. Maybe it goes onto this. And you've got your legs down here on the bottom. And this one goes in here. Shablam. So, your legs come down. Yeah, we could definitely use this for the tablet in the van or in the truck. And it's got multiple adjustments. Shazam, shazam. You see that? Set it down there. I don't know if I guess my phone would fit in it this direction. Bam. Or obviously you can put tablet in it the other way. Like that. behind the thing. You can't even see me doing it. There we go. Thank you for this, Victoria. And it's cool that it comes with other bits, so you can do it however you'd like to do it, you know. But I am curious what this little set screw is for. 3/8 screw adapter. Oh, you can use this as a projector stand. So this is made to like screw into the bottom of a projector or something. But you can switch out this top pole with this one or with this one, depending on what you want to use. And then this mount will click into the back of this. So however you'd like to use it. Thank you, Victoria. And then we've got one last thing in here. Jen, any chance I'll come to Clarksville, Tennessee? Maybe one of these days. I definitely want to make it down to Tennessee. Appreciate the donation. And we've got a tray of wild sockeye salmon. I do like me some canned meats. Wild sockeye salmon, skinless, boneless, and sustainably caught in Alaska. You guys can see that. This looks tasty. We will definitely be eating this stuff. Maybe we can make this with some of our rice in an upcoming video. Try it with some salsa, do the little surf and turf. Although I'd like to catch the fish for the surf and turf, but we shall see. Well, thank you, Victoria. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is going to come in handy. It'll all just collapse down. Shablam. Just like so. Extra tripod. Yeah. I'm excited to give this a whirl. We'll have to see which one works better, the straight one or just flop it around wherever you want it. Bethany, you love the horseradish video. You were laughing so hard, especially when you ate the chip with the little on it. Keep being crazy, Quady, as always. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the donation. The chip was probably the worst mistake that I made. I mean, I thought it was still good, but it's definitely not like a dip like that I think you should eat straight. But it was very tasty stuff. Like I said, I'm going to definitely try more of it. And a lot of you guys have said that there's multiple different kinds and like heat levels and flavors. So we will definitely try more of it. All right. Thank you, Victoria. We can set that right there without it falling over. And yeah, it came with a little shutter, remote shutter button. But this old dangle right here is how I take pictures pretty often. It's a pen that you can write stuff with on your phone, but you can use the little button as a camera shutter. And it just sticks right in the bottom. But that's basically what this is. So I imagine it just Bluetooths to your phone, and you can turn your phone on and off, like record or take pictures. Spoonful of horseradish if you have a cold equals no more cold. Well, I might have to try that sometime. I want to get my wife to try it. But she'd probably be mad at me if I put as much on her sandwich as I had on mine. But I'd love to see her reaction to trying that, because I'm pretty sure she's probably never had a horseradish before. Dan, I should do a bloopers video, and I think I said it a while back. Problem is, like, I don't like save those clips. I've got all the everything I filmed, but I'd have to go through everything and start saving like the bloopers reels or whatever. But I should do that. That would take some time to go through stuff. Alrighty, y'all. I know this was a fairly quick live, but I still haven't eaten dinner, so I got to get to that. And I've got a bunch of editing that I need to get done. So I think I'm going to go ahead and close this one out here. I appreciate you guys. It's been a great month. Like I said, Thursday's video, I'm working on that. It's a nice motorcycle trip. Ooh, There was a bug. Did you guys see that? It scared me. We'll have a motorcycle video coming. We'll have a new sticker being released on Thursday, but I only have 100 of those total. So if you want one, you're going to have to order right away. More bugs. And we will be doing a little bit of a 4th of July sale. That announcement will come out on Thursday also. Yeah, there are a few little bugs out here. Oh, it got one up there. And yeah, I've got some good plans for this coming month. We're going to try to get a little bit more fishing in. I definitely need to take that with me on the camping trips. I don't know why I never put the other one in my vehicle, but we'll definitely take that with. That'll help. It'll be a little bit of entertainment too. Adaptive Outdoors. Cheers. Thank you for the donation. Redneck Gypsy Adventures. See you on the next one. Yes. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. We're going to try to do more stuff, try different things. As always, if you're watching the videos on a regular basis, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button. That helps a lot. And it lets YouTube know that you'd like to continue seeing the videos. So it keeps showing up in your feed. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. As always, go out and do something cool. Be nice to your neighbors. Be nice to people in general. You'll be happier because of that also. And love you guys. Stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit, but he won't. He's done for. All right. Peace.